Welcome, acolytes. Today I am reacting to
What's up, guys?
Refs the Sioux, especially Johnny Somali found out once again. And I don't remember. I really hope he actually got what he deserves. Because there was already... Did I do a video? I just don't remember. But I also had a few beers, so there's that. So, if I already did one, well, I'm still happy if he found out again. So let's start.
Here. So it looks like we're doing our monthly check on the worst streamer, and that is
Already. Monthly check, yeah.
Johnny Somali. So recently he has been once again effing around and finding out, this time in South Korea, where the law enforcement there have done very little to stop his shenanigans in that country, but the citizens of South Korea are starting to take matters into their own hands.
Good. Extremely good. I like it.
Now, before we look into this clip where Johnny Somali and his friends get attacked by some Korean citizens, let's remind people who Johnny Somali is. He is what is called a nuisance streamer, someone who travels to foreign countries with the main intent of harassing people, threatening people, also breaking the law, doing all these things with these...
Yeah, not just harassing, but also... putting people in actual dangerous situations, not just himself. If he actually effed up and just something happened to him, I mean, I don't wish anybody something like that, but at this point, well...
sole intent of getting a reaction out of people for stream content. And he is very famous or infamous for his arc in Japan, where he was there way
disrespected to the max.
Too long until finally he was kicked out after harassing dozens of people and eventually violating multiple laws, which were the thing that got him finally booted from that country. But since then, he has gone to other places like Israel, where apparently it got a little too hot over there for him. So he has left and now gone to South Korea, where he has continued his antics. Now, a few weeks...
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, at least he has the balls to go to these countries, because a lot of people talk shit but never would do something like that. So that's the only positive thing he's doing. But all the rest, F him.
Weeks ago, I covered an early clip from his stay in South Korea. If you're not subscribed to the old channel, I'll put a link to it in the description. I add a lot of extra videos over there. But I thought at the time they were handling it right. So here's an example of the security over there responding to Johnny Somali screaming like a lunatic. They follow him. I'm just going to skip forward. You can see the camera panning upside down because they are carrying him out the door like a little baby. Now, a lot of people, including myself, thought, good, they're handling him over there. They understand the assignment. They're not putting up with his BS. Well, that was wishful thinking, because over the past couple of weeks, really the full month since then, law enforcement and security has done very little to stop Johnny Somali, despite interacting with him on a nearly daily basis.
I don't understand it. How the F does somebody go through it that this many times? It's... yeah, because it's just illegal to actually F them up. If you could hit someone like that, just you see him, oh, I can hit him, boom. This would stop. This would stop pretty quickly.
And here are some of the most disturbing...
Of course, I'm not encouraging anyone to actually harm someone, but if somebody harasses you like him, yeah, I'm sorry, not everybody can afford a freaking lawyer, a judge, and especially for someone who probably goes out of the country. There are some diplomatic things that have to go down, and it's just so disgusting.
Disturbing clips from his arc in South Korea. So, about a week into this month, Johnny Somali started a campaign where he was going around and kissing and fondling Korean comfort women statues. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, with extreme caution, search Comfort Woman World War II. And you'll understand why, why what he's doing is so beyond offensive. Okay, let's play this clip, right? This is the first one where he started this whole set of vile behavior.
Japan hates this thing. Tell them why. Tell them why. Let me sit down with it. Put it, hold it. Japan hates. Let me sit down with it. I don't know if it's disrespect to sit there. I stand with the Korean people. Bring it closer to you. Come closer. I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea. And everything that I did in Japan was for the Korean and the Chinese people. Let's go.
So not only is he disrespecting that statue, which has a very dark historical meaning behind it, he's also trying to blame his actions.
By the way, I'm not gonna say it because at the end of the day, I already struggle with the videos to put them out. This will be freaking closed. Like, I already had a video where I actually shared informations like this and it just got instantly banned, so. But yes, this stuff, this dark thing, yeah. And I am too drunk to actually find the correct words to make it kid-friendly.
In Japan on some sort of an agenda where he was doing it for the Korean people. So that is obviously another example of Japan living rent-free in his head, even though he's been booted out quite some time ago. But he would continue talking about Japan and these comfort women statues with this bizarre clip.
So I got a plan for today. I want to go to the Japanese embassy. Because I saw that the Koreans were getting mad about that comfort woman statue shit. So I'm like, if I'm leaving soon, we might as well make these niggas, thank you for subscribing. We might as well make these niggas matter. So they gotta, I think the main comfort woman statue is in front of the Japanese embassy.
So, as you can see, this whole campaign is not being bought by anyone, right? So obviously, people in South Korea are very angry about what he's doing, and they caught on to this within a day, right? Obviously, people are feeling very disrespected by Johnny Somali.
Yeah, no shit. And by the way, he's American. Just saying. Just effing saying.
I mean, go figure, right? But he would, in fact, show up at the embassy, and this is the statue he's referring to. Just listen to the stuff he's saying.
Why would they attack this thing, man? It's beautiful. It's sexy. It's kind of turning me on from right here. Yo, we here at the statue. This shit pissed the Koreans off so much. Yo, chat. I brought the baby oil to this bitch. I brought the baby oil. I was gonna
That's a P. Diddy reference. If you don't know what happened, P. Diddy actually had a lot of baby oil bought for his parties. Yeah. A lot of not entirely fully developed people. And yes, I mean under 18. And he did what he did.
I was about to P. Diddy.
And yes, both. Boys and girls.
Your ass.
Yeah, talking about P. Diddying a comfort woman statue, and this one in particular looks like it is a statue of a child victim. So, yeah, if things couldn't get any worse, well...
Yeah, I should have said it.
He continues his campaign over here. I'm just going to mute this because I think there's copyrighted music. But he finds another statue and starts fondling it and doing much more than that. And, yeah, I'm kind of... You get the point. It's sickening behavior, and it's really even sickening for someone like Johnny Somali. This seems like an even extra level to his vileness that he's been doing. And on top of that, he's doing a bunch of other ridiculous nonsense, like here, basically crashing someone who's using a microphone on the street, saying more stuff about Japan.
Christ is King, follow Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. Yes, my nigga, yes. Hallelujah. 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 You get.
I should have said Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Oh, damn, I should have said that shit.
Acolytes, at which point would you actually allow violence to be taken against a person? What the fuck does a person have to do to actually deserve that kind of treatment? I'm actually quite interested. If anybody wants to tell me, the Twitch thing, on the bottom, some people actually quite like to whisper stuff like that. on Twitch, so I am interested in that because I think at some effing point, it's enough. Even if those are just words. But this is just repeated behavior again and again and again and again. And this isn't a 15-year-old kid.
Squad laughing, dude.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki was a good thing, and you never attack Korea.
Like, the dude has one offensive, low-effort joke, and that's all he's got. It's pretty pathetic, again, how much Japan lives rent-free in his...
Rev and acolytes, you have to understand. People aren't watching Johnny Somali because he is a creative human being that can entertain people by just doing something smart, creative, and actually special. He is a rage clown. What is a rage clown? That's a term that I actually invented myself. And I think I don't even have to explain it because it's basically, it tells everything. The term says everything about Johnny Somali and people like him. You can add also political rage clown, joke rage clown. It's the same. But I bet you, acolytes, if I say rage clown, you know what the fuck I mean.
His head. He is still seething over the fact that he got kicked out of there, and basically his infinite content loop was finally put to an end in Japan. But here's another clip. Again, I have to mute for copyright. Just being a genuine nuisance for no reason. Not funny at all. He's sitting here in a Korean convenience store acting like an annoying spurg for the sake of being an annoying spurg. He's blasting music right here out of the stereo. He's going around making a mess.
I think I understand why young people, especially young people, find him interesting. Because look at the shit he comes away with. Like, he can do so much stuff, be such a nuisance, make a living with it, and still not get busted.
Dumping things everywhere, disrespecting people, throwing food at them, getting up and bothering random people just minding their own business. And this is only like 2 or 3 weeks into the month, and all these things have happened. And you would also crash this music performance going on in the streets. Again, I think there's some copyright music in this, but you can just see, like, you don't even need any sort of words audibly to understand that he is being, once again, a public nuisance for the sense or the sake of attention. You can see him eventually getting up on the stage, even though people are trying to politely ask him to leave. But he's going around being a nuisance, causing issues. This would go on.
Yeah, I actually remember my time in Poland when you were out there. The thing is, if somebody was a nuisance to this degree, and they actually got punched, suddenly nobody has seen it. Even if it was caught on video. Nobody's seen it, including the police that seen it. Nobody's seen it.
For like another couple of minutes, and eventually he would be confronted by some tourists also visiting Korea and basically saying, stay in line. And he would obviously back down instantly, as he always does. But anyways, like I said earlier in this video, unfortunately, law enforcement doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. In fact, as you can see by the headline here, Johnny Somali gets stopped by police again, and they let him go after 7 minutes. And yeah, they keep talking to him. He just kind of weasels his way out, basically by saying, like, I only speak English, and also that I'm here on a visa. And they try to give him a translator. The person on the phone is translating their messages, and it just doesn't matter. It seems like they just don't really know what to do with Johnny Somali. And as we've seen with other places like Japan included, eventually people, they've had enough. And luckily, this time it happened sooner than it did in Japan. And people are starting to fight back against Johnny Somali. You can see the caption here, Johnny Somali gets punched in the face by a random Korean dude. And I have to pause before it actually lands because this is YouTube and you can't show that stuff. But I'll show the build up here. So see this guy right here. Keep your eye on this individual.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Trust me, Johnny's. Go to Johnny's stream. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, I am against violence, but at some point, at some point.
Yeah, you can see the fist flying right there again.
Trust me, Johnny's. Go to Johnny's stream. We're gonna have a good time.
Connecting right in Johnny Somali's face right there. And clearly it was quite the blow because
Ooh,
shortly after you'd see Johnny Somali wearing a patch over his eye covering the injury from that punch. And this was his response to getting punched on stream like that.
I'm scared. Even Gino said the same thing. If you want to run up, run up. I'm live. If I wasn't scared, I wouldn't be live. I broadcast my live location every fucking day, every night, bro. I don't care. Come get me. Come get me.
is that an invite? Can you actually act upon that in Japan? If somebody says something like this and you can prove that he actually provoked it?
Infamous words, come get me, you know where I am. Well, people would follow where he was. So you can actually see this account here, by the way. Cancel Johnny's. This account has been documenting this man like more than any other human being in the universe, and it's a great service. So as the translated caption here says, Johnny Somali and his friend were basically tracked down by a few Koreans, and one guy alone really did all the damage. So again, we're going to have to pause at certain points, but you can see Johnny Somali running down here, right? Watch what happens when he's confronted. He takes off running for his life. Running like a coward.
Yep.
And eventually...
And by the way, I wouldn't have anything against it if he didn't provoke it. But because he provoked it, he's a pussy.
He gets him. And he throws him to the ground and kicks him a few times while he's down on the ground. And then later on, they would confront one of his friends who had a pipe at one point. Again, I really can't show much. You can find...
Don't overdo it. I mean, don't kill the guy. Just teach him a lesson.
These clips for yourself if you want. I'll put a link to this specific one in the description if you want to check out this one and other ones from that account. But essentially, this guy has a pipe, and they disarm him, they get him on the ground, and they're kicking him and holding him down, and even a woman standing by basically plants her boot on his face. It is a very satisfying thing to watch. You know, he has been messing around way too long, and I'm glad that the fuse is very short in South Korea right now.
Yep.
I think they've gotten the impression that their law enforcement and security is not doing too much about him. So they're taking matters into their own hands, and honestly, is anyone surprised at this point? And as I'm talking, there's more clips. He's going around taunting people, trying to get people to come onto his stream and cause more trouble. And again, it's just obnoxious that anyone has to deal with this dude. And yeah, he continues to find out, and I don't think anyone feels sorry for him.
No, I don't feel sorry. I may not agree with violence, but at some point, you fuck around, you find out.
In that regard. But for now, that's going to do it for the update on Johnny Somali.
Thank you, Rev. As always, a legend and acolyte just. You know what to do. Show me, Rev, some love, sub, you know, the shebang. Do this. It's just disgusting. I really hope there will be some consequences for people like that at some point, but right now, okay. Good night.